What better way to celebrate Earth Month than to explore Tucson's Living Laboratory? This is where University of Arizona scientists are learning how the Earth's surface breathes. Yeah, the secrets in the soil are helping decode climate change from the ground up. Most of us pay little attention to the soil. We just walk all over it. You could say we treat it like dirt.
That it's critical for life and the support of life on the planet.
Soil truly is carrying the weight of the world. That's why the top thin layer is known as the critical zone. We headed high up Mount Bigelow to see U of A's Living Laboratory.
Up on that ridge over there is where our flux tower is.
It's where UA Head of Environmental Science John Chorover and his team are studying what's basically the Earth's skin, brought to life by billions of microorganisms.
These soils, they're alive, they breathe.
Here's what that has to do with climate change. The warmer it gets, the hungrier the microbes get. They eat more nutrients from roots and release more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.
The soil becomes less effective as a sponge for carbon, then that creates more rapid climate change.
As the cycle speeds up, we'll see more symptoms like flooding and heat waves.
I can see right away that the concentrations of carbon dioxide are substantially higher at deeper levels of the soil.
Using sensors, the team records temperature, moisture, snow, gas production. 10 years of data show how soil, plants, carbon, and moisture are intertwined. Water is a big part of that, and Mount Bigelow is a perfect spot to watch its journey begin.
In southern Arizona, water is the lifeblood of our communities, and we need to understand how that water migrates from the atmosphere down into these catchments and eventually makes its way down into our groundwater resources, because that's part of our capacity for sort of long-term sustainability.
The natural terrain on Mount Bigelow acts like a funnel. It's where over thousands of years microbes turn rock into soil, which sustains life. We are up here in what's called an eddy covariance tower, about 120 feet above the surface here. It has to be high above the canopy of trees so that they can measure a big enough space, get a big enough footprint for the research, and the back and forth that happens between the carbon and the moisture. Here in the Catalinas, the landscape and the biology are co-evolving, and their role is changing. If the soil erodes too much, we're in trouble.
Soils can be thought of as really a non-renewable resource.
So the next time you're taking in the southern Arizona scenery, remember the backbone behind the beauty.
So we look ahead of us, and rarely do we think about what's happening beneath us. But of course, this is where most life comes from.
And thanks to photographer Holland Bostrom for making that mountain trek with me. Chorover says there are 3 ways to protect the soil. Make it stronger so it doesn't release so much carbon, reduce the rate of climate change, or pull carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. In other words, no easy fix. We'll be right back.